Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Our local media is attempting to distance Kamala Harris from the Minnesota Freedom Fund, which has bailed out violent criminals. You've been speaking about this at your rallies before, but why is it that the press seems to be working overtime to protect her?
Well, they're trying to protect her because she's her own worst enemy. She did things that were terrible, including that, as you know, and she bailed out people that shouldn't be bailed out. And she's a radical left person, and that doesn't work for Minnesota, and that doesn't work for most parts of our country.
Our Governor, Tim Walz, it seems, is on the short list as a possible VP pick for Kamala Harris. Do you think that helps her candidacy in November?
I think he'd be fine. I mean, he'd be like somebody else. They vote for the president, and she's radical left. I don't think people are going to be voting for her. We'll see. We're leading in the polls by a lot. We may even be leading here, which would be a great honor for me. You know, we've done a lot for the state. We love the state. We have a tremendous crowd. I don't know if you saw outside the arena, but outside the arena, they must have 25,000 people. So it's really an honor to be here. I love this place.
It's been 2 weeks since an assassin's bullet nearly took your life, but here you are. Thousands are here tonight. You've been rallying ever since. Why is that so important?
We have to save the country. The country's in trouble. You saw what happened in Israel today. That would have never happened if I were president. October 7th would have never happened. Ukraine would have never happened. None of it. We wouldn't have inflation destroying our country right now. And I have to do it. I mean, what I went through 2 weeks ago, it's amazing, actually, that I got lucky. I had God with me, actually. But maybe there was a reason for it. Maybe it's a purpose. I see the crowd. I see the love. I mean, they just want to bring our country back to where it was.
Shannon Owen spoke tonight. She is the widow of Polk County Deputy Josh Owen. He is one of 5 first responders to be murdered in Minnesota in just 13 months. But what will you do to turn this anti-cop rhetoric around, as it seems the job is more dangerous now than ever before?
Well, they're pouring in by the millions. They're coming across the border. She was the border czar. Kamala Harris was the border czar. Now they're trying to deny, well, she wasn't really the border czar. She was. And we have the worst border in history, American history or world history. There's never been a border like this. And we've got to stop that. We've got to stop crime. We've got to give authority back to our police. We have great police, but we have to give their authority back. If they do something, if they do it properly, a lot of times they do something well and they end up losing their job, their pension, their family, their house. They lose everything. We have to give authority back to the police. We cannot let that happen.
Minnesota is home to a large Somali population, which has historically voted Democrat. But we're hearing more and more, there are many reports about them supporting your candidacy this time around. But why should they?
Because they want safety. They want security. In many ways, they have the worst crime numbers in terms of crimes against, and they want to be safe. They want security just like everybody else. And I've heard that. I've heard I'm doing very well in that community. And in the black community also. I mean, generally, it's an honor. The Hispanics, we're leading in Hispanics. We're leading in a lot of groups. And I think we're going to have a big victory, and we're going to turn our country around. We're going to make America great again. And, you see it by the crowd here tonight. This is not a crowd that is normal. The people in charge of the arena, they said, we've never had a crowd like this. We've never seen a crowd like this.
Appreciate your time.
So
Mr.
something's
President.
happening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Great honor.